What's happening, people? It's JPMES, and today we're going to be remaking Starlight by Dave, all from scratch. Now in this song, Dave uses a sample from a cover of Fly Me to the Moon by the Macaroons Project, and it sounds like this.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars.
The whole sample's chopped up and it's pitched up by 2 semitones. And our tempo for today is 124 BPM. Now the song starts out with this weird reversed vocal sound, which I assumed was from the main sample of the song. And I was right, it is the last couple lines of the song. So we're going to play that now. Now we get into the main part of the sample that loops through the majority of the song. Nothing special done here, just sped up to 124 BPM and pitched up like the rest of it. Now we get to have a little bit more fun. We get to stack a load of drums. We start off with a simple hi-hat, and this hi-hat kind of gives me drill vibes. It kind of gives the tune a bit of a bounce. So now for the next hat, we got some hi-hat rolls, which I've clicked in. Now we've got a hat on the left and a hat on the right, and they sound like this. And now I'll play the other one. Cool, nice and easy, and I think that's all the hi-hats we've got. Now we've got a simple snare pattern, nothing crazy, just mostly on the 2 and the 4, and then one more accent on the end. Now underneath the snare, there's a clap, which again gives it more of that drilly bounce that we're looking for in the whole song. Cool, that's the claps. Now we got the kicks, and we got a tom too, and that's all the drums done. Now many of you will have noticed that the first 8 bars is the same as the second 8 bars, except the second 8 bars has a kick and has this fancy little break right in the middle. It just creates a little bit of space and switches it up a bit. Now we're moving on to the next part. If you're enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate a like or a comment. Let me know what song you want me to do next. But yeah, man, let's get back into it. The next 8 bars are also pretty much the same, apart from there's one bass note at the beginning of the bar, and then that's it. Now I used the stock Liverpool bass from Logic because I couldn't quite figure out what the sound was, but I think it fits, I think it works. I added a bit of glide to it, which I know is weird for a normal bass, but here we are. So that bass note shows up periodically through the whole song. It's not really a bass line that's filled in with another instrument, it's just a sample pretty much. Here we're back to the next chorus, we get the introduction of some keys, and we get a guitar lead as well. Now, I don't have a guitar, I don't really play the guitar, so I tried to replicate it on the keyboard with the same sound. I'm going to play the chords for you now, and then we're going to get into what the lead's doing in a second. Now as you can see here in the MIDI for the keyboard, we start off more intense and it gradually gets more quiet and more soft, and it kind of fades into the background, so it's not right at the front and prominent. This guitar part's pretty simple, it's got a lot of space in it, but it provides a nice, I don't know, The bounce, you can see the bounce on my hand. Provides a nice bounce. Now after that chorus, the vibe seems to change up a bit, but not that much actually changes. All that's added is some vocal samples, which I've recreated with my own voice. I'm not going to show you the raw version of those, but I'll show you what we ended up with. And some of the drums are taken out, but everything else is the same. That's what I love about this song. So much of it stays the same. A bit of bass also comes into this song. I've used the monster sign, and it just sits real low at the bottom of it and just kind of guides where the chord progression is going, which is still the same. We've still got the keys from before, but yeah, the monster sign comes in at the bottom. I'm going to play that for you now. Cool, so after that little interlude, we go back into the normal chorus, everything breaks down again. The drums are there and the keys are there as well. After that chorus, we move into another little interlude section, but it's much more chilled out. We have a different electric piano sound. I've chosen to use the nylon synth sound from Inside Logic again, and I've layered that with the Yamaha piano sound. We've taken some of the drums back, and we've put a filter on it as well. That mellows out the drums and keeps the whole thing more chill. I'll play the chords for you now. So after that, the energy's up again, we're back in business. We get all the drums back, we get the sample back, we get the keys back, and we get an 808, guys. We get an 808. One thing we also get here is a slightly different chop of the sample, and I like it, man. You get a bit more of the words, and this is the last part of the song, and it leads out to just the sample all the way at the end. Still pitched up, still sped up. Beautiful stuff. But what we're going to focus on here is the 808, because real ones know that 808s are the only thing that matter in hip-hop music. Don't quote me on that. Cool, that's the end of the song, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out some of my other videos if you haven't seen them before. I'll put some on the screen now. But till then, see you later.